What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Antonio Fiore Salestrina. How are we?
Fantastic.
All right. Welcome back, sir.
Thanks.
We missed you.
He had COVID.
No, he didn't have COVID. Don't do that.
Spread false information.
Don't spread false information.
This is a 100% true podcast.
This is a COVID-free podcast, more importantly.
Actually, yeah. None of us have had COVID yet, knock on wood, but... All right, too much COVID already.
Yeah, we're talking about COVID too much. It's hard not to, but...
It's the environment we live in right now.
Let's do it. What do we got? Huh?
Hey, what do we got?
Bad week for me.
It was
personally.
It was a very rough week for you.
0
for 3 and
0 for 3
Sal
on
was
pick
saying-
3. I haven't done that in a while.
Earlier last week, Sal was saying like how much he's like, oh, I love the board this week. I absolutely
Yeah,
love
I did, and
And
I
was looking at it, and I'm like, I don't. The only thing that I was 100% sure of the entire week was the Bills beating the Patriots.
I said that to you. I said they're winning by more than a touchdown, and you're like, "Oh, you gotta take them then. You gotta take." And I was like, "All right, fine. I'm taking the Bills." And I never picked against the Patriots.
Yeah.
And they won by what, 11 or something?
Bullshit game.
On both sides, because the Bills could have won by 40, and the Patriots also could have won that game. That was the thing, because it was 26-21, and J.C. Jackson had a ball go right through his hands.
Josh Allen just looked ridiculous.
He had spells where he looked kind of bad in that game, and then he had spells where he looked unstoppable.
Oh yeah, but he won the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
He absolutely won that game.
Full credit to the Bills. They came into Foxborough and played a very complete game.
Now it's looking like the Bills are most likely winning the division.
They're winning the division
because they have the division record right now.
And
for that going into the game,
it's very possible they play the Patriots again in the playoffs as a 3-6.
that'd be so awesome.
We got round number 3 back in Buffalo.
That'll be an interesting game because it's going to be snowing.
Oh yeah,
It's going to be snowing so hard for that game.
Oh, and then if the Bills lose, they'll cry again and be like,
that'll be so fun.
But like, then they'll say
wait.
like, oh, it's the Patriots. It's their game, but it's like it's Buffalo. You should be able to play in the snow.
The thing is, Buffalo's way better when they play in like a not weather. Like they play better in like good elements, not bad elements. And they're
it's just because they have a high flying offense.
they have a gunslinger. Yeah.
Their ground and pound hasn't been, which has really been a good part since they got Stephon Diggs. Before they got Stephon Diggs, they were really trying to ground and pound. But I think
they went to running the ball a little bit more than they have in the past weeks. This past weekend, not a ton, but they still went to it a little bit more.
And it worked.
That's a look that they need to apply going into the playoffs here, especially as if you're going to be playing some home games in Buffalo in the playoffs, week to week, the weather's just getting colder.
They've also gotten rid of Zach Moss for the most part, and Devin Singletary is now their like lead back, and he didn't more or less get into a rhythm as the game goes on.
And I think Singletary's the guy in that backfield. I
just think you need a guy. I don't think that's the type of offense where you should be giving like 8 carries to Zach Moss and 8 carries to Devin Singletary and 4 carries to Matt Breida.
You need your consistent starter. Your offense is good enough, all around everywhere else to where he doesn't need to be a superstar at all.
Correct. And he just has to catch passes and do...
When you're near the end zone, you need a guy that can punch it in for you if you need it.
And that's honestly Zach Moss.
Yeah, when you need 7-8 yards,
Or Josh Allen. Josh Allen loves running inside the town. But
yeah, Josh.
But I mean, you need it from the running back. You can't. The defense is going to know no matter what, if you're not running the ball with your running back enough. Like, okay, whether it's a pass or run, it's still him.
I definitely think the Buffalo Bills are not a team anyone wants to see in the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely not.
No, especially these last 2 weeks, they really start figuring out. I don't know who they play, but it can't be anyone good.
I think they play the Jets, so it's like,
yeah,
that's just going to be a warm up.
Have they played the Jets once at all?
They played once, I believe. Yeah, they definitely played once, just they don't play them back to back. I think they play the Jets in week 18. I actually know they play the Jets in week 18.
I still think in a playoff game, the biggest threat to the Chiefs is either a Chargers or
they
Bills.
They play Atlanta.
It's Buffalo.
They play Atlanta.
I think
they play Atlanta and then the Jets before the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to get rolling before the playoffs. It's actually scary for the Patriots if they don't start figuring it out, which they play Jacksonville and
Miami.
So they should
Speaking of the devil.
Last game of the season in Miami. in Miami is hot.
So all I'm gonna say is the Patriots better not lose this week, because if they lose this week, that's
trouble.
That is a win and get in for the Miami Dolphins, and the Patriots probably get knocked out at that point
because it's week 17 or 16 in
week 18.
That would be crazy if the Patriots go
18,
from number 1 in the AFC
to out of the
playoffs. That would be quite a fall from grace.
It would take a lot of combinations of teams winning and losing. Not like a lot, but they would need a lot.
It would, but I feel like you just, as a Pats fan,
if they lose this weekend, it just complicates things.
Are they in New England or are they in Jacksonville? Because that's a big.
I don't remember.
If they're in Jacksonville, I'm
assuming they're
not losing to Jacksonville.
They're winning this weekend. I mean, I'm worried about the Miami game.
I'm gonna assume they're in Jacksonville
like a million times.
No, they're in New England. They're not losing that game.
Oh, okay.
They're not losing that game.
And the way Miami plays, fully capable of beating the Pats on any given day.
Especially in Miami. It's a house of horrors for the Patriots.
And they're playing so well.
I don't understand how Miami's won 7 games in a row.
Remember we were talking about the Carolina game, and you were like, is Miami really going to win 4 in a row? And I was like, well, they lost like 6 in a row, so they're gonna win a couple, aren't they?
They went from losing 7 in a row
to winning 7 in a row.
That's never happened before. It's the first time ever.
Tua's playing his game. It's nothing crazy, but he's being serviceable.
It's throw to Jalen Waddle every play.
Yeah. The thing is, too, if you look at
he's not making mistakes.
If you look at the teams they played like Cam Newton,
Mike
Glennon, the Jets, the Saints with Ian Book. They beat the Ravens, sure. They beat the Texans. Like, it's all just like...
They looked like a bad team at the beginning of the year, but here
when
they
were
are
playing good teams.
Yeah, I was going to say, but now here they are beating all the bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you have to beat the bad teams.
You play who's in front of you.
100%.
You can't play other teams. You play the team on your schedule. So
they had a very big win against the Saints.
It was a big win for them, seriously.
The Cards were against the Saints. They had to
but that's a game...
But it's still not an easy win.
That's a game where it's like... the Saints shouldn't win that game, but it's like if you come out of that game and the Saints win, nobody's really surprised. It's on Monday night. You're in the Superdome. Maybe your defense steps up and makes a couple plays, and their defense still played good, but you can't win a game scoring 3 points. And the Dolphins show that they're one of the best defenses in the league.
I'm fully convinced all they had to do was put Blake Bortles in the game, and they would have won.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Ian Book.
Hey.
I don't think Ian Book's good, but Blake Bortles is not good.
Former 35
Blake
touchdown
Bortles
passer.
At least has been in some situations. He's been in the AFC Championship game. He's played in the playoffs. He knows how to win.
No,
they scored 10 points in his playoff win. They won 10-9. No. They beat the Steelers in another playoff game, though, and they dropped like 40
they did drop 40.
So
what
I say is no one good there.
They had a good team down in Jacksonville for those couple years.
For a year and a half.
Yeah.
No, a year and a half. They fell apart in that second game.
They fell apart hard.
I don't know. It's just the Saints were not it last night, and Miami came out and stomped them and needed to stomp them, and it's a team that has all of the mojo going for them right now. So it's not a team that is a threat to do anything in the playoffs, like go to the Super Bowl. But I don't know. They could pull a first-round upset potentially. But if they have to go play like Kansas City and Kansas City or like Buffalo and Buffalo, they're not winning those
Miami
games.
going to Kansas City for a playoff game would be the grossest game I've ever
It would be
seen.
like 40-7.
Yeah, I wouldn't want
Yeah. Oh, my God. Sean Payton. I thought Sean Payton was going to have a heart attack on the sideline. He was screaming at the refs at every single play.
Maybe he is slowly turning into Kevin James. See that movie?
He might be. That's such a weird movie.
I don't even want to think about who was casting Sean Payton was like Kevin James. Like that's who it is.
That's such a. Is it a show or a movie?
No, it's a movie. It was about the year he wasn't coaching the Saints because of
when the lockout happened.
No, because of Bountygate. Remember he got suspended for a year. And then he goes back and coaches his son's high school football team, and it's like a ragtag bunch of misfits.
Whoever came up with that and was like, "Yeah, this is suitable for a movie."
Every high school football team, unless it's some organized football school, is a ragtag.
Yeah, literally.
It's like what? Just because it's Sean Payton, I'm supposed to care?
I don't.
I don't care at all.
Kevin James.
Yeah, how am I supposed to take that serious?
You can't. You literally.
It's not a comedy.
No, it looks nothing like.
No,
it's tough to find someone that looks like someone else, but he looks nothing like him.
No, I think it's supposed to be like funny, but like also like heartwarming, and like it's supposed to be like
same thing with the fucking Kurt Warner.
So it's not going to be a
biopic.
true story.
that one. I kind of understand because he was
That's like a football movie.
Well, he was also like a bagger, and then like came
his
back.
story is crazy.
He went back to football and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna lead the Cardinals to the Super Bowl."
It's not Sean Payton where he was already an NFL coach, and then like, oh, you're suspended for a year, and he's like, I'm just gonna go coach my son. Like, that's not movie worthy stuff.
That's actually a good segue. What the fuck is wrong with the Cardinals?
I don't know.
The coaching, Kyler, no D-Hop, the defense. You can point to 10 different things with them, but
I
like
think not having D-Hop was big.
remember what I
they
said
haven't
to
really
you?
gotten used to that yet.
Remember what I said to you last week? I was like, how are they gonna move the ball on offense? You're gonna throw to AJ Green 8 times? No. Kyler's gonna run. He ran a little bit. They had no James Conner. Like it just
James Conner and D-Hop can't not be out, or else that's detrimental to their offense. Because James Conner had a heavy workload the week before when D-Hop was out, and he seems to be the guy. So I don't know if they get healthy and they get everyone back. I mean, I think losing J.J. Watt was big for him too.
I think the bubble has just popped out of that balloon. I said last week that they're the Steelers from last year, and I truly believe that. I think they're just gonna crash and burn, and in the first round of the playoffs, they're losing to whoever they play. Honestly,
I don't know. I'm not ready to give up on them yet.
I've given up on the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
I think they're a different look team than the Steelers were last year, so I'm not out yet.
I'm fully out. I've left
I think
the room.
they beat
Depends on
Dallas
who
this weekend.
depends on who they play in the first round.
I think they beat Dallas this weekend.
You think they beat Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anyway, what other games do we want to talk about?
Dallas.
There's nothing. What do you want to talk about in that
That game was
They beat the
over
shit out of
from
them.
the first
Nah, just 50,
possession. The
50
game was
something
over,
to-
dude.
I know you are. I'm just
We bring
being
it
a
up.
dick. Yeah.
I remember I just was watching that game and I was like, holy shit. Dallas is just getting everything.
Everything was just working. It was just one of those games for them where everything was clicking. Nothing. They could do no wrong. At
And
any
I think
point.
people are going to overreact and recency bias.
Well, I think that line for the Arizona game proves that because I don't think it should be 6. I think it should be closer to like 3.5 or 3 or maybe even 4. But
And then so you get that too, and it's like people are going to start saying that they're Super Bowl contenders and blah blah blah, which is fine. I think that they should be in the conversation more, but at the same time, they've had some really questionable losses. Like they've lost to the Broncos, they've lost to the Raiders. They lost to Kansas City in a game that I think that they could have won.
Oh yeah,
easily.
they're not doing anything.
That was in the middle of when Kansas City really
Dallas.
wasn't clicking.
how hard are they playing Green Bay at some point? We said this like a month ago. They are 100. I don't know how or what scenario, but they're playing Green Bay.
Oh, they have to. It's only right.
It's only right. Antonio's thinking deeply right now.
no,
You're
no.
buffering.
Arizona's playing Green Bay.
You've also said that too a lot.
I do think the most likely scenario is
Great Cowboys and Green
Kansas
Bay
City
always
is
play each
at
other,
the
but I
moment.
think the Cardinals are playing Green Bay.
So Cowboys Bucks,
those
and then
games-
the Cowboys beat the Bucks.
oh, they
Cowboys
slap
Bucks
them
sounds
around.
right too.
The Cowboys?
No, the Bucks.
Oh, the
slap
Bucks slapped the
Cowboys
Cowboys.
around.
I was
It's
like,
like if you see the Cowboys playing the Packers in the playoffs, the Bucks in the playoffs, or the Rams in the playoffs, do you really think they have a chance?
no.
The Cowboys could beat the Rams because the Rams are a streaky team.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think they
They're
could beat
not.
anybody else.
It's not Dak's kind of game.
Who? What was the bet you guys
Dallas
had?
could beat the Rams or the Cardinals.
You guys made a bet not too long ago. It was someone. It was the Cowboys getting farther than someone. You
I
had
think
the
it was
Cowboys.
the Packers.
Was
Was I think I said the Cowboys beat the Packers. I'm gonna hold true to that. I don't care.
Look at your face.
I'm gonna hold true
Did
to
we make
that.
this bet in week 4?
It was like
We made it a long
This
time
wasn't
ago.
that long ago. I don't think it was.
it was
that
like
long
week
ago.
12 maybe
Probably
or
a
week 10.
I don't know.
Week
probably a
12.
solid-
Yeah.
It was not week 12.
It was like 5 weeks ago at this point.
Dallas also started off with like one loss, so there was at one point where they
I
did
don't
look
think
ridiculous.
it was. I think it was longer than we think. I think it was.
Zeke is they blew him out, but Zeke is a shadow. He doesn't do anything.
Tony Pollard is.
He's
so
not in the
much
game
better.
plan at
He
all.
runs in the mud, dude. He literally just runs in the mud. He looks like I'm telling you, he looks like Le'Veon when Le'Veon was like past his expiration date with the Steelers. It's just no burst, no acceleration. Whenever he hits a hole, it's always way too slow, and then he gets tackled for a 3-yard gain.
He got paid.
He got paid,
That's what happens.
and Jerry was stupid, but Jerry didn't care at the time. Jerry's like, oh, I need my star running back. It's like, what do you care?
But they got lucky. They got lucky that they found Tony Pollard.
Because there's the Cowboys, and they're supposed to have a star running back.
They just got lucky. And they're lucky that Amari Cooper stayed around.
Fuck the Cowboys, bro.
Fuck the Cowboys. I fucking hate the Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys.
They're a good team.
Fuck the Cowboys.
No, they're a good team.
They're a good team.
Fuck the Cowgirls.
The Cowgirls.
Let's talk about the other side of that division. Philly, I don't even want to say Philly looked good. They played the Giants, and it was
I don't want to talk about that division.
Yeah, no, I have a friend that's an Eagles fan, and he said, I don't even think we played good. The Giants are just one of the worst offenses I've ever seen.
They played like a stalemate for 2.5 quarters, and the Eagles were like, oh, yeah, we have to score? All right, we'll try scoring now.
So bad.
They're in the playoffs as of this moment.
Still 2 weeks left.
Yeah, you hate the Eagles.
I hate the Eagles. I hate that entire division.
I hate
Just blow
the
it up
Eagles.
and restart.
They should. Realignment. Or should it be like all East teams?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just been ass the last, 6 years. It didn't used to be like that.
Like AFC and NFC are just the East now, and now there's only 7 divisions.
Don't just combine them.
They're just the AFC NFC East. That's what their title is.
Listen, don't think too much into this because
there's nothing to talk about. There's literally nothing.
It's just
to talk
the
about.
NFC East is so fucking bad.
It's just it really is just a matter of these next week or two, who. I mean, obviously who's getting in. That's the whole point of the fucking game. But who's fraudulent and who's not fraudulent. This is put up or shut up time.
Eagles, I mean, similar to the Dolphins, not a 7-game winning streak, but they've won 6 of their last 7.
Mm-hmm.
It's how they compete, knowing that they have to win games or have to win these. Especially
there's a lot of pressure on teams to win this week.
Especially the teams that are in the hunt. Like Cincinnati's got a big 2 weeks coming up. They had a really good game against the Ravens. Joe Burrow balled out.
So the Texans are. They didn't have 20 players against the Chargers, and the Chargers still trying to get it
And
done.
the Chargers are a perfect example. They're falling on their face.
They had so much pressure on them last week because if they won, they were 80% to make the playoffs. Now they're 30. Now they need someone to fall out.
They
and
did
them to
Chargers.
Go. They pulled the Chargers, and I knew they were going to pull the Chargers. I said the Texans are going to win, and they won. And
it's unfortunate.
That was just a typical NFL game. That was one of the that literally was one of those NFL games where it's the third quarter, and you're like, how in the hell are the Texans beating the Chargers?
Yeah, you're sitting there and you're like, why am I watching the Texans beat the Chargers?
Well, you're seeing random fucking
Shit.
Rex Burkhead run in the end zone for 2 touchdowns. You're like, excuse me, is this 2017? How do you get Cincinnati wrong every week? I'm not even saying that to be a dick, but you literally get Cincinnati.
Oh, I get them wrong every week.
Every week, bro. It is so consistent that
Because I look and I'm like, I love them, and I tell you every week I love this team, but I look and I'm like, too good to be true. I'm like, what's happened with the Bengals? How they're all of a sudden this good so fast? I'm like, oh, too good to be true.
They look,
and I think it's just bait every week to take them, and I'm like, no,
they looked so good Sunday.
They
looked so
good, and
but against the banged up Ravens team though.
Listen, we've looked at these lines and said Vegas is disrespecting the Bengals. I have given the Bengals a bunch of respect, but I have been disrespecting the Bengals.
Did the line go up
But they
in
look
the favor of the Bengals when Tyler Huntley went on COVID?
Yeah.
Did it go? What did it go up
7.5?
6. Okay, 6 or 7. So I guess they got that right, but I mean, then Joe Burrow goes.
I mean, how are they only a 3-point
5.25.
favorite at home with Brett Hundley as the quarterback? What's
Huntley?
Or Tyler Huntley? What is the line if Lamar's in? Ravens -2.5 in Cincinnati. Ravens -3 in Cincinnati. That's disrespectful. With the way Cincinnati's been playing this year, that's disrespectful.
Oh, yeah, I completely agree. And you know what? They have. I don't think they're Super Bowl capable at all this year, but they can win a playoff game. They have now a 4,000-yard passer as of Sunday, 2,000-yard receivers, and a 1,000-yard
running back. Yep. They need to go into a place that's warm. If they went to Miami,
their O-line has not played bad at all this year, despite the expectations
a lot better
of what it was going to be. And I think Joe Burrow has the most deep touchdown passes out of any quarterback this season.
100%.
He airs it out.
It's one of those teams that's building towards something special, and
they're going to be around for a while.
And this is
I
just
hope they can win a Super Bowl. I
think they can. I think eventually the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow are going to win a Super Bowl.
I hope so. I hope to see it. I love watching that team.
And I don't think that's
No, that's not ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
No, that's not ridiculous.
I love watching Burrow too because he's this good mix of like he's got enough mobility and the kind of mobility of one of these newer age quarterbacks, but there's still just something like old school about him.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it all comes down to their front office now. Can they build a solid defense that can help Joe Burrow out?
Their defense has been not bad.
They've been kind of hit and miss.
They need just more overall consistency. Just some weeks they looked like they did against Baltimore, and then other weeks they'll go out there and I don't.
Someone puts up 38.
Yeah,
on
like
them or something.
Just some random team. Like I can't even think of one right now, but just. I don't know. I think that's a team that
they get a little turnover happy some games, but when they don't, they win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a team that has a bright future. That's easy to say.
Yeah.
How about the other team in the AFC East? The one that has the
Jets?
forsaken Carson Wentz.
Oh, well, it's South.
I said AFC.
I thought you said on the same.
You
Whatever.
said AFC East.
Yeah, you said AFC East.
Oh, I did.
We were talking about the AFC North.
I meant AFC. I meant just AFC in general.
I mean, he played a good game Saturday.
They looked really good.
They
look Super Bowl contender ish.
Hard Knocks in the middle of the season. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, I know that they've been doing that.
I forgot about it after they announced it. They have like Hard Knocks going with them, like following them around all season. No, that's. Because as soon as they announced that, they literally like haven't lost. That was like week 5, and they were 1-4.
Yeah,
now they're what?
That was when they were
9-5?
shit.
Or not?
Listen, I'd love to see them and the Titans in a playoff game together. Especially if Henry's back, because then you're like, they're two very similar teams at that point.
If it is Titans Colts, that is the 3rd time they would play this year, and the Titans have won twice. You absolutely smash the Colts tonight.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Well,
only if Derrick Henry's back. Because I like that. That's the only way I like that matchup.
Well, I was going to say that's the only way I like that matchup because it will just be here's the Jonathan Taylor show and here's the Derrick Henry show.
And Derrick Henry's like, don't forget about me.
We're just going to pound the ball, but the Colts have a better defense.
Who can pound better?
Who can pound better?
It's not who can pound better. I know Derrick Henry can pound better, but Jonathan Taylor.
Derrick Henry can pound better.
He can. Taylor's almost there, but the Colts defense, the Titans defense. There's no
weekly Jonathan Taylor MVP talk. Can he win it, or we're still out on
that? He could win it.
Ooh, now you're kind of changing your tune a little.
No, I definitely thought he should be in the conversation. I just don't think they will give it to him. I think they'll give it to Tom Brady.
Rodgers is the favorite currently.
Recency bias.
If you have Taylor up there, do you have Cup up there?
What was that?
He loves doing this. It's like I love you.
Aaron Rodgers does that?
Yeah.
There's 4 guys: Brady, Rodgers, Jonathan Taylor, and Cooper Kupp. All are deserving for top 3 finishes.
Okay, well, we can just knock Cooper Kupp out of there. He's not going to win it.
He's not.
No, he's not going to win it. But he's
having an MVP season.
I think he's
no
certainly
doubt.
deserving of a top 3 placing in the MVP.
Nah, he's not going to get it. He's going to be 4th.
Jonathan Taylor should be the MVP in my estimation. That is my opinion, though.
I don't know. We'll see how the season ends. I just think it's kind of going out with a fizzle for Tom Brady.
Yeah, he ended it on a low note.
And Aaron Rodgers is like, in a fizzle and now is like up there.
I hope Tom can throw enough touchdowns in the last 2 weeks.
He's got no one to throw to anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I want him to throw 45.
Can they get healthy before the playoffs?
Well, you gotta think they're missing Godwin for this season.
Godwin's out forever.
Their line Levante David is out until I think the start of the playoffs.
What's wrong with Fournette? I haven't looked at anything.
I don't know. He's not coming back until the end of he's not coming back till the playoffs.
He's got to hang now.
So he does.
And then what about Mike Evans?
I think
he's on the COVID list now.
He's now on the COVID list, but I think he's coming back. So soon, as soon as he can. So
and Gronk.
Gronk is fine.
Gronk's fine.
As far as I know.
Okay.
As far as I knew.
I mean, Keyshawn Vaughn looked pretty good.
He had wondered.
Ronald Jones looked pretty good.
No, Ronald Jones' hands are made of stone, bro. Like, you ever watch him try to catch a pass? It's awful.
I kind of like Rojo, but yeah, he's not a pass catcher. He's just a downhill.
He's
runner.
a LeGarrette Blount type.
No, because
he is.
He can get more than 1 or 2 yards. LeGarrette Blount could only get max 3 yards. Every time.
But he had 18 touchdowns one year.
He did.
From the 1 yard line.
Literally all from the 1 yard line. Actually, somewhere from the 2 yard line. You're right.
That was when I had him for fantasy, too. I was like, he's just a touchdown machine. He doesn't get yards, but...
What happened in that Thursday night game? Because me and you were very confident San Francisco was going to win.
I don't know.
Because I really didn't feel like
San Francisco just let Tennessee hang
Yeah, I
around.
just didn't feel like Tennessee was ever in that game, and then all of a sudden you looked up and Tennessee was winning, and you were like, huh? Like how?
And now Tennessee's like 10-4 or 10-5.
Tennessee's, I think Tennessee's as fraudulent.
And then they're probably going to win this weekend.
Tennessee's as fraudulent as I think the Cardinals are, to be perfectly honest with you. I think
they're super fraudulent, but they're going to be in the playoffs.
Their defense is so bad.
We say this every week too.
So who do they play in the playoffs?
Probably the Colts. Really?
And they'll get. If Derrick Henry comes in, it might be a little bit of a closer game. But you're right, the defenses do not match up well. So
give me the Colts.
Colts have a great defense.
Give me the Colts in that game. Holy shit!
Surprising for Nolan to say for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they've proven me wrong. They're a really good team.
San Francisco.
You're a nice guy.
Oh,
it's real sweet of you.
Seattle got knocked out last week. I was trying to think of who else maybe has like an outside chance of coming to the playoffs.
That was
the
a sweet
Vikings.
little like Cinderella thing that we had going there with Seattle.
Well, we thought for like a couple weeks, we were like, oh, maybe they don't want to run.
I can't believe they lost that game to the Bears. Holy shit.
Well, at that point, they didn't care, but at the same time, it was like, what are you doing? You're losing to the Bears with Nagy on fucking the ropes. Like, come on.
Nick Foles played
People
this
think
weekend.
they saved Matt Nagy. I'm like, they did not save Matt Nagy. He's fucking out of there.
He's out the door. You can't keep him around with Justin Fields trying
Big
to
Dick
develop.
Nick.
Imagine that. Nick Foles winning in 2022 almost, basically.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What other games? What do we got? Any other notable?
Vikings Rams, but I mean, Kirk Cousins was never beating the Rams. Let's be honest with ourselves.
No.
That's pretty much it for me. I don't know. I don't have really.
What else, Antonio? You got anything?
What'd you see last week?
Big Ben looked old again.
Oh, come on. We knew that. We knew
Like really old
This
again.
is kind of funny. I was just so tired. I know my team was playing, but it's the Giants. I sat down. I went downstairs in the basement, laid down on my couch. Knew I was probably going to take a nap. I had the Giants and Eagles game on. When I fell asleep.
Perfect game to take a nap, too.
Yeah. It was halftime by the time I fell asleep, and it was 3-3. When I woke up, it was 34-3 Eagles. I was like, what the fuck?
So you didn't miss anything.
I missed the Eagles slapping the
Lighten
shit
it
out
up.
of the Giants.
It was just like they were playing with like an AAU football team. Like they were just throwing offensive linemen, and Boston Scott was getting touchdowns. And did you see that they were? So you didn't see this, obviously. They reviewed a touchdown from Devontae Smith, and they called it in. So they called it a touchdown on the field, and then they called it incomplete. And then I believe like the booth reviewed it, and they said it was incomplete. And then the Eagles coach challenged it, and then they said touchdown after reviewing it already. So they reviewed it once and said incomplete, and they reviewed it twice and said touchdown. So I don't know how the fuck that made sense, but somehow that.
So he had to waste a challenge to get the touchdown.
Yeah, but well, he gets his flag back, but at the same time, it's like.
But yeah, he had the fact that he had to challenge.
But it's like,
it's like, how did you not?
What happened in the booth between the first challenge and the second?
Like, did you find?
Did you call a different guy? Like,
yeah. Like, Jerry, get in
That
here.
sounds ridiculous.
It what, bro?
Jerry's got better eyesight. Get in here, Jerry.
I was like, I had the volume on low because we were like, there was a bunch of people at my house, and I like saw it at first, and then they come out and they say no touchdown, and then the Eagles coach throws his flag, and then like 2 minutes later they're like touchdown. It's like,
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I didn't even know you could do that.
I didn't know that you could do that
Like
either.
after they because they call it a touchdown. After they review it, they say no. I didn't even know you could challenge.
Then
it.
he threw his flag. Yeah.
Like I thought that was like it.
No, don't challenge it. I don't know.
When are they gonna bring back challenging the pass interference calls?
Never. That was the worst thing because every time you challenged it, it wasn't
Yeah.
successful. So what was the point? You're gonna throw your flag and they're gonna be like, ha, 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 loser.
They're gonna be like, no. They like don't call it, and they just stare down the coach like, I fucking dare you. Like, please throw your flag.
Literally no point. Yeah, Steelers are old and Ben is washed, and there's not much more to say
They're
about
still in the hunt though. Somehow,
I kind of want to see him make it.
What, just for Ben to look fucking
just for one game.
7 years old and bring us?
I don't know why I want him to make it. I do.
Because they're the Steelers.
I guess.
Well, they can't go below.
I don't want the Ravens to make it. That might have something to do with it.
I would love to see the Raiders make it with the season that they had.
No, Ravens.
Ravens.
No, I know. I'm saying Raiders. I would love to see them.
Oh, me too.
I would love to see them make it with the season they had because they have fought, scrapped, and clawed all year to get to where they are.
Because if they could just
get the fuck out of here, Raiders.
in at the end of the year, it's like, whoa, that's cool. They get their asses beat by the Chiefs.
Get the fuck out of here.
I would like to see a Kansas City Raiders
Whatever
game.
That 7th or 8th team, I think it's
they're getting their ass
7
whooped.
teams, right?
7, yeah.
Whatever the 7th team is going to be the grossest thing.
It's going to be Miami.
It's going to, so what? It's going to be Miami, Steelers, Raiders. What?
Well, yeah.
It's going to be Miami, the Patriots, and the Colts is the 3 wild card
No,
teams.
I'm saying whoever is going to be in that 7th spot.
Miami.
I'm saying who it could be.
Oh, yeah, they're all disgusting.
They're all disgusting. Same thing with the NFC. It's like, I don't care.
It's like, what, you want to play, or you want to see Minnesota or the Eagles as the 7th team? No,
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
No.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, I don't want to
Next
see
week.
Minnesota in there.
No Thursday game.
No Thursday game. Kind of unfortunate to be.
No Saturday game.
We're on to Sunday.
Fuck that.
Sunday, 1 p.m.
Fuck that.
in Foxborough. The New England Patriots are a 15.5-point favorite over the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's a lot of points.
Over under is 42 in this game. Antonio, kick us off. Tell me who you like.
It's who and who now?
Jacksonville and the
Jacksonville,
Patriots.
Right.
15 and a half.
Wow, what a number.
Yeah, it's a lot.
No, I know it's a lot, but not even like a lot. Even with a lot spreads, 15 is weird.
A lot spreads. I like that term. But yeah, 15 and a half is a weird one. Because you'd think if once it gets over like 12, it's like, what are we doing the halves for?
2 touchdowns. Do they win
When
by
have
2
you- when have I
touchdowns?
ever seen a team win by
the Patriots
15?
are winning by 15 or 16.
They
That's
can
what
win
it
by
is.
Was it going to be
touchdowns.
35-20?
Who knows?
They're not letting Jacksonville score 20.
Sure, guys.
I mean,
I like the
I'll take New
Pats.
England. I'm not fucking betting on the Jags.
I think it's too many points, but obviously I'm going to take New England. I think that it should be a 14-point game or a 10-point game at the end of it, but I don't think New England blows.
I think you're falling into the same trap that I did when they played the Jets, and I was like, this is going to be a close game.
I mean, I'm taking the
reason.
Patriots, but...
Or was it that or the Falcons?
Well, the Falcons you picked 3, and I still, to this day, don't understand that one.
Whatever.
We'll move on.
I don't understand a lot of things.
Tampa Bay at the Jets. Tampa Bay is a 13-point favorite. How do you take the Jets in this game?
Do you think they start going easy once they figure out they can't get the 1 seed?
Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
I said this last week to you, and you're like,
Because
No.
now that they they lost and Green Bay won, like now that they lost to the Saints and Green Bay won, I was like, now it's kind of out of reach. Whereas they could have easily just gone back and forth with Green Bay till the end, but now it's just like
Green Bay's the best team ever. So.
Green Bay's not losing the rest of the year, so
No, not even in the playoffs. They're not losing the rest of the year at all.
they're not leaving Lambeau until they go to the Super Bowl. That's when they're leaving Lambeau.
I will stand by what I said. They can definitely make the Super Bowl, and they probably will, and they'll probably play the Chiefs.
They're playing the Bills. It's Bills, Packers. That is what the Super Bowl
Is that what I said?
You said Bills, Chiefs.
Yeah, you did.
You said Bills, Chiefs. You said Packers, Chiefs.
I did.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you said
I had a senior moment right
I
there.
said Bucks Patriots, and that's not gonna happen.
You never know.
I guess it still could, but I don't know. The Bucks are kind of like trending downward. I still think they have a fantastic shot, though.
I almost said I'm taking the Jets. I can't do that, can I?
No.
Antonio,
You're not taking the Jets against Brady?
yeah, that's bad, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
horrible.
doing that either.
Oh, and it's in the Meadowlands, too. Forget it.
All right, I'll take Tampa.
We got snow for Sunday in New York?
Tell me, weatherman.
I don't know.
Who cares? Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay's winning regardless. It doesn't
Yeah, they
matter
are.
what the weather is.
Kansas City. Traveling to Joe Burrow.
This is one of the best games of the week.
Kansas City is a blank favorite. Anyone
Also
wanna,
says
think it's
possible
5.
snow.
anyone want to guess?
5.
Antonio, you have a guess?
I see it right in front of me.
Oh, okay. It is 5.
I
Fi-
saw it before.
Over under's 50. I like the Chiefs.
I was going to say, I want to disrespect
I
them
can't
again.
pick against the Chiefs right now. I can't.
I like the Chiefs, and
It's impossible.
I like the over as well
I like the over. I don't know why it's not like 56.
because it's going under probably.
So you're
No, I still like the over, but
I like the over
it
too.
should.
I mean,
I agree with you. It should
on
be
paper,
higher.
this game is like 40-35.
If the Bengals can hang with the Chiefs through the whole game, oh
They
shit!
can't though.
Oh, but imagine if they do.
I think this is one of those where the Chiefs stayed up like 31-14, or like 31-10,
then the Bengals backdoor,
and then the Bengals just kind of like I'm switching.
cover.
I'm switching my pick.
That's what I'm saying. Is like if
I'm
they,
not.
Cincinnati.
I'm gonna go Cincinnati.
So
I'll stay with the
that's
Chiefs.
wrong. You got congratulations. You got a winning pick right there. Vegas at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are 6.5 point favorites without Carson Wentz.
That makes me like the Colts even more. How do the Raiders beat the Colts?
By scoring more points.
It's not a matter of beating.
How do they actually fucking? How do they actually beat the Colts?
I don't know. Derek Carr has a game.
No, they're not beating them, but they're covering.
The Raiders are covering.
7.5. Yeah,
I'll take the Colts.
I'm taking the Colts.
I think Jonathan Taylor's winning the MVP, so if he wins the MVP, he's got to put up a statement game without his quarterback playing. So give me the Indianapolis Colts.
Carson Wentz doesn't have to play any
You
of
just
these games.
freaked out right there.
I accidentally fucking fling the pen.
This game makes no sense, and I've seen everyone talking about it. Philly at Washington. Philly is only a 4-point favorite in Washington after what happened on Sunday night. If you are a respectable gambler, you have to take Washington in this game just because of what happened on Sunday night. The whole entire world is going to be on Philadelphia here. Washington.
But are they saying that a lot of people are betting Washington right now because
No, they're literally baiting you.
75% of
they're baiting you?
Baiting you so bad. They want you to take Philly so bad.
I feel like they're baiting you to take Washington.
No, they're not. How are the Eagles only a 4-point favorite after last week? Philly won by 30, and Washington lost by 500.
Listen, Washington played a good team, and we've seen Washington, when they play average or shit teams, play well or
Oh,
Haven't
win.
they played already? Are they going off that?
They definitely played already. I don't know what the score was.
You think Washington and Philly, is that far away from each other in terms of quality in their teams? I don't think so.
Yeah, Philly won by 10, and the spread was 9.5, so they won and covered.
So that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I'm taking Washington. I love Washington in this game.
Washingtons.
I like Washington too.
Rams traveling to Baltimore. I don't want to tell you Lamar Jackson's in because I said he's probably in last week. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Here's where I don't want to stop and think about it too much and just take the Rams.
What's the spread?
3.5.
Why is it 3.5?
Minus 3.5 for the Rams, just to be clear.
I feel like it should be more.
Well, if Lamar's in, I don't.
Let's see. I don't see any new Lamar news. He might practice tomorrow. That's it. He might.
I'll take the Rams. I'll take the Rams on the assumption that Lamar's not fully 100%.
I'll just take the Rams.
What does he have? Like a sprained ankle?
He had COVID. And then,
He's dying.
Didn't he sprain something too?
I have no idea, but give me the Rams.
I just think that the Ravens have been playing everybody close. And if you're
Except
telling,
for last week.
yeah, except I mean, what I meant was when
No,
they're
I know.
when they have their roster together. I'll take the Ravens here
That's true.
because if that line is assuming Lamar's playing, I'll go with it.
I
Go with it.
It has to be Lamar's playing with that line.
But I mean,
'Cause-
when the news comes out, if the news comes out like tomorrow,
I bet if the new all right, that's actually a good point.
like if the news comes out, it's gonna move the line.
Well, it's gonna be like +1 Baltimore. Okay.
All right.
Thank you for the analysis, Antonio.
Escusi.
Atlanta at Buffalo. Buffalo's a 14.5 point favorite. Don't overthink this. Buffalo by 1 million.
Buffalo by 1 million.
Yeah, they're in Buffalo.
They're turning a corner after that Patriots game.
If they were in the Falcons, I'd say maybe Matt Ryan wants to throw a ball a little bit today, put up some points. But
He hates the cold too.
No, we're in Buffalo.
He hates the
They're
cold.
getting their asses beat.
Matt Ryan hates the cold.
Atlanta
This
team.
could be a
Atlanta
big. Hey, we're snowing in Buffalo too, by the way, on Sunday. As of right now,
Atlanta team total under lock of the week. Atlanta's not scoring more than 7.
I was going to say, this might be like,
What do you think
we're leading into the playoffs here. Leading into the playoffs here, this could be a big Buffalo defense game. To be like,
20 is my guess.
It'd be crazy if it's more than like 17.
I think it's about 20. Let me see if I can find this very quickly.
Because in my head, I can only see them scoring at least, or at the most, 17 points. Because, yeah, like you said, there's no way Atlanta scores points in this game.
As far as I can tell, well, I don't have team total. I'm sorry. Over 1.5 touchdowns and total points is over under 14.5 for Atlanta.
Ooh.
Under.
Yeah, I'll still take the under.
Under.
That's the lowest shit I've ever heard.
Under.
That's the lowest team total ever.
Giants at the Bears. The Bears are a 6-point favorite. Over under 37.5. We don't have to waste our breath on this one.
37.5.
Yeah, the Giants can't score. It doesn't matter who they're playing.
Give me the Giants.
That's probably the right pick because the Bears can't score.
It's going to be 7-10. That's the final score of this game.
Just because we think that, it's going to be like 35 to 20.
I don't care. I'm not betting on this game. I'm not watching this game.
I was going to say, this might be like the shittiest quality game anybody sees all year. I can't wait. Giants.
I'll pick the Giants too because I
hope
I'm not fucking picking the Bears anymore.
I hope the only score in this game is a safety.
2-0.
2-0.
I'd love to see it.
That'd be that. Do you guys like that scoreagami? Page on Twitter.
It's like fun, but it's like I don't care.
I don't care, but I mean it's fun to see.
I saw the word. I saw the word scoreagami, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what this is about. Mm-hmm. And then all it said was, "This has never been a score in NFL history before." I'm like, that's a boring stat. Come on.
I'll fucking die. Next,
still at 1. Last 1 o'clock game. Miami at Tennessee. Miami's a 3.5-point dog. Is this where they finally lose?
Yeah, I think Tennessee wins this somehow. I don't know why. I looked at the matchup and I went, Tennessee's winning, and I didn't even think about it, so I'm going to stick with that.
I'm with you.
It's a little much. Wow, we're going to agree on too much this week, fellas.
I don't care.
Way too much.
What do you want me to do? Take Miami at like their highest fucking value? Like when are the if this is like 3 weeks ago, Miami's a 7-point dog in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like their stock is too it's like a stock. Their stock is too high.
They're overvalued right now.
And even if they do win this week, good for them. But I still don't think they should only be a 3.5-point dog. I think Tennessee's a lot better than Miami is, and Tennessee's at home. Give me Tennessee.
I like that.
Tennessee all around.
Yeah, good analysis.
Tennessee all around.
I appreciate that. Really, it means a lot coming from you.
Sal does have good analysis.
Yeah. Or I'm just like,
or he's like, he's got the numbers going by his, and he's like, the signs.
Analyses.
He's got the conspiracy tinfoil hat on.
You got to pick which one. I either give you some in-depth analysis, or it's just, I have a gut feeling, and this is what's happening.
It doesn't even matter if you're right or wrong. You are very passionate and very
it sounds
sure of what you're saying, so that's all that matters.
You just got to speak with confidence, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Denver. My least favorite team in the NFL.
I think everyone's least favorite team in the NFL.
At the Chargers. The Chargers are a 5.5-point favorite. Antonio's looking happy over there.
They're going full Charger here.
They're losing again.
They lose again.
Well, you obviously like the 5.5 if you're saying that. Oh, Melvin Gordon kills their playoff hopes.
Oh, they might possibly lose again. I love
Melvin Gordon revenge game.
Melvin Gordon to score a touchdown this week.
And as I say it, he puts the tinfoil hat back on.
right back on.
We are back,
I had it off for one game, and I put it right back on.
We are back.
Yeah, give me Denver. Give me Denver.
I didn't even think, going back to the Chicago-Seattle game, Jimmy Graham revenge game.
I said that, too. As soon as he scored, I was like, fuck me, dude. How do I miss this shit? It's so obvious. And he caught it, and he did his fucking, spike the ball. I was like, fuck you, dude. How did I not
Jimmy Graham revenge game.
What was Jimmy Graham to score a touchdown? Plus 300? Like, who's betting Jimmy Graham to score a fucking touchdown?
Who else do they have?
Who knows Jimmy Graham's in the lead, bro? Did you know Jimmy Graham was in the lead? If I asked you 2 weeks ago.
I knew he was on the Bears.
No comment.
No, I knew he was on the Bears, but I didn't, I forgot that he had played on the Seahawks. I was like, oh, shit.
Okay, I might have known he was on the Bears.
I knew he was on the Bears, but
Did we talk about Houston, San Francisco? I don't think so, right?
No.
No, not yet.
Houston plus 12.5 at San Francisco. Over under is 44.5.
Did we pick the Chargers game? I don't think we picked the Chargers.
I picked Denver, and I think he picked Denver. I don't know if you made a vote.
I don't think you made a pick.
I'm picking Chargers.
Chargers. I'm glad we disagree on one. We need that.
I think the Chargers win, but I don't really think this game really matters for either team.
San Fran minus 12.5 at home. Houston coming into town.
The Texans just did something that they really shouldn't have done.
And won a game.
Yeah. Won a game against a pretty competent team.
Jimmy Garoppolo did fracture his finger.
Yeah, it's probably Trey Lance this game.
It's probably Trey Lance. If that moves the needle for you at all, I'm just saying. Just pointing
Niners.
Texans.
Minus 12.5.
Sal picks the Texans every week now. It's crazy.
What? I picked them 2 weeks
No, you do pick them a lot, though. I think
cover.
if we were to go back, you'd probably pick them a lot.
They
more
should
than you
move
think.
or like rebrand that team. Everything about them is just like boring.
They're down in the dumps ever since the
they
Deshaun Watson thing.
I'm over their name. I'm over their logo.
Ever since the Bill O'Brien D-Hop thing.
Listen, if
and
they
then
just,
the Deshaun Watson.
If they
thing.
just went back to the Oilers.
Well, yeah, there's that. Yeah, seriously, they bring back the logo. The logo is so cool. The oil tower, great colors.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Who's stopping them?
The Titans.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
They have the rights and everything, but
Fuck.
like, still.
What about the Washington? Are they going to rename that team?
No, I love the football team.
So that's one of the options.
It's like soccer club in Europe, you know.
But
Yeah, it's like Washington.
we're not doing that.
WFT, Washington football team.
We're not doing that.
Hey, listen, I thought for
that is one of the options, though.
I thought for baseball, I thought Cleveland Baseball Club sounded good.
Cleveland Guardians is the worst name I've ever
But
heard.
you know what name for Washington is like the fan favorite is the Red Wolves.
Oh, I love it.
The Washington Red Wolves. And if you saw the mock-ups out, you'd love it.
Normally, I am like, yeah, I love that. I don't like that.
I love that.
I don't like
I
that.
like it. That's
The
good.
Red
It's still
Wolves.
it's still got the red in the name and everything.
It has something to do with like that area. Apparently, like Red Wolves are very rare in that area or something. I don't know, but it has something to do with the area, and it's a sick name.
It sounds cool.
It's fine.
If the backstory's not cool,
I need
whatever,
you to come
but it
around
sounds
on
cool.
that, Sal.
We'll work on that one.
Yes, we're gonna work on that because I need Sal to come around on that.
I like the football team. I know it's like generic and bland, but that's what they are. They're generic and bland and mediocre. It perfectly describes
But
them.
it'd be perfect for them to get a rebrand right now. They have an opportunity to rebrand.
They need
their
Dan
team.
Snyder out of there. Then they need the rebrand, and then I'm all in on Washington.
If next year, so the fan favorite is Red Wolves. If they just come out and say "fuck you" and keep it the football team, we'd be pissed.
So part of the problem is some dude bought all of the usernames, like Washington Red Wolves, Washington whatever. Like,
So they're just gonna have to buy it off of
so
them.
but he's asking for like an absurd price, and I don't know what that price is, but he's like, yeah, you're gonna give me millions of dollars for this.
They would never keep it Washington football team just because of like sales for merchandise and things like that.
Yeah.
No one wants to buy. You know, when you get someone from another team that's like, wow, this team's cool. You know, like I've bought like Bill's shit before or something like that. No one's doing that with the football team.
It's gonna be
There's
so
no logo. There's no name.
It's gonna be so fun in like 30 years when we
Losing
see like
sales.
a retro like Washington football team jersey, and we're gonna be like, dude, you remember when they had the football
Heineke
team
jersey?
Maybe we should we buy like a football team like
Oh!
sweatshirt or something now?
That's
Just
not
so
the
that-
worst
I'd
idea.
get a Taylor Heineke jersey.
Like I'll just tell my kid like
Or Terry
dude,
McLaurin.
No, you buy a what's his face?
Antonio Gibson.
No, the defensive lineman, Chase Young.
Oh, yeah,
you
Chase
buy
Young.
a Chase Young jersey and you never put it on, and you gain like thousands of dollars worth of value.
Wow. No, that's right.
Terry McLaurin.
This is an investing podcast. too,
Rookie,
apparently.
yeah, rookie year Chase Young,
We invest
Washington
in
football
sports
team
memorabilia.
jersey.
You got it signed too.
It's an asset.
Bread, Fetty, as someone
Take
said.
a trip to DC.
We got very off track.
What?
Did we all make a
Off
pick?
track, but I mean, hey,
No, it was a great conversation.
that was.
Where are we talking about?
smart
We
shit.
talked about the San Fran and Texans game.
And somehow, well, you said something about me picking Houston.
No,
and then we
I
split up.
said the Texans are boring.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Something
And then I
about
talked
and then
about
like changed it back to the Oilers and
yeah. Okay.
I love how we did like a retrace of steps. Like we had to like find our keys. Like we were in the bathroom and like,
Yeah, we like okay. Where was the last place we had
I
them?
love that. Find our keys.
Texans.
I like San Fran.
Damn it! All right.
Trey Lance is gonna look good.
I like you.
I said when I first saw it this week that I liked San Francisco, and then I was like, no, I feel like the world's gonna be on San Francisco.
You talked your.
I talked myself off
a
the ledge. We'll see what happens.
Oh, the world is. bro.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Carolina at New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans is like 12-point favorite.
Well, I see 7. I don't know if that's. I mean, that's definitely correct, but
6.5 for me.
I have 7, so we'll say 7 because I'm taking Carolina. That's why I'm saying 7.
Yeah, I like Carolina.
I feel like Carolina always plays well in New Orleans too, for some reason.
I'm taking New Orleans.
And New Orleans beat Carolina the last time they played, so I actually very much like Carolina on this game.
I'm taking New Orleans only for the simple fact of they're on and off every week, and they've done that all year.
That almost makes me want to take them, believe me.
And this is going to be a week that they score 30 for some reason, so that's what's going to happen. I don't care who plays. I don't care who the quarterback is. Don't care.
Arizona.
Do you see that they asked Drew Brees if he was interested?
Yeah, and he sent a picture back of him golfing.
Did you see the picture of him golfing? It looked like the most tranquil picture I have ever seen.
He's having a good time, or at least trying to
have
a
good time. He was barefoot. There was a rainbow in the background. Yeah. It looked like the greatest golf course I've ever seen.
Good for him.
Barefoot. That was my favorite thing.
When you said barefoot, I'm like, yeah, no, he
was so barefoot. He was the most barefoot person.
Nothing like barefoot golfing.
Nothing like
if you're barefoot golf. No. If you're barefoot golfing, you are in the best space you could possibly be in.
You're also very retired at that point, too.
I don't know. My stepdad golfs barefoot at Grassmere, so.
Okay, that takes away the credibility a little bit, but if you're in a tropical place,
yes,
golfing barefoot,
you're doing well.
You're doing very well.
Arizona at Dallas.
My favorite game of the week. Apparently.
Talk to me. Tell me why Arizona's winning.
AZ.
I'm not as confident Arizona winning, but Arizona is definitely covering. Everyone's going to look at... Honestly, I'm surprised they're not overreacting even more on this line.
This is going to be a great game.
Because of what Dallas just did, but I feel like every time Dallas has one of these like even teams in general, when they have this very impressive victories.
Especially in prime time,
the next week they come back and they kind of fall flat. But this is Arizona, and Arizona's looking to come back, and this is a game that Arizona needs to win. So... give me Arizona. It's not as important for Dallas. It's not.
I'm also going to take Arizona, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas wins by 14 or more.
This is going to be a great game.
I really think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a close game.
I feel like Tyler in Dallas is kind of like in Dallas Stadium. Like he went to Oklahoma. He's kind of got that like Texas vibe. Like he's probably going to have a really
I think
good
he's
game.
from Texas.
Is he from Texas? Yeah, he is.
I'm pretty sure.
Kyler.
I like. Come on.
Yeah, I like
Kyler
Kyler.
Murray.
I like Arizona.
Murray.
Give me Arizona.
We got a round of Arizona.
Jesus.
All right.
Detroit at Seattle. Seattle's a 7-point favorite. Seattle wins by 30.
I was going to say, I like Seattle a lot.
I think it's going to be shitty weather.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be really shitty.
The Green Bay Snackers play the Minnesota Vikings. Green Bay is at home. Green Bay is a 6.5-point favorite.
In prime time.
I pick against the Packers every week, and I'm not doing it this week. The Packers are killing Kirk in prime time.
It's just such a Packers thing to beat the shit out of a mediocre Vikings team late in the season when you're.
And they've already lost to the Vikings.
And they've lost to the Vikings once this year.
This is one of those years where like it's late in the season and the Packers just say, "We're your superiors. We own you."
Oh, we are the Green Bay Packers, and you are the Minnesota Vikings, and we are going to continue to kick your ass.
I always pick against the Packers. And I'm not doing it this week.
Good boy.
Packers are winning by 25.
You can't bet on Kirk Cousins in prime time.
Well, guess what? I am. I'm switching.
Really?
No.
Oh.
You got me there though.
That would not be smart.
Round of Packers. So we've agreed on a lot of
quite
games.
The only games that we haven't agreed on, you two still agreed, and I was on the other side. So you guys have agreed on like every game. Handshake for good measure.
Lefty, I feel a little disrespected from that. Final game.
We shook hands with the right hands in the beginning.
Okay.
Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 3.5-point dog. This is my favorite pick of the week. We talked about it last week. Pittsburgh plus 3.5.
The Spider-Man thing. Do you know about the Spider-Man thing?
I do.
So what, do you believe in it? Are you going to take Pittsburgh?
I wouldn't say I have to believe in anything. It's a stat.
Well, do you believe?
It's also Cleveland in Pittsburgh, bro.
But do you believe?
Yeah, but is
do you
this also
believe
the
in the
spot
stat, or do you think
is
it's
this where
just a
Pittsburgh
coincidence?
falls off? Even though I want them to make the playoffs, But is this where
listen
it's
to
like,
me?
yeah, it's
They are physically not allowed to go under 500. So if they lose this week,
they're so weird.
If they lose this week,
And
who do they
Cleveland
play next
is so weird. No, the
week?
Cleveland.
They play Baltimore in Baltimore next week.
Cleveland just is so inconsistent though.
The Steelers have to win this game.
Hammer the
I'm
Steelers.
with the
I love the Steelers in this game.
I'm with it.
I love the
I'm there.
Steelers in this game.
I love the Steelers.
Baker's looked really bad.
That's what I mean. Is the quarterback has just looked snug.
How is Baker a 3.5 point favorite in Pittsburgh?
I don't know.
That's an asinine line.
With how he's played.
Asinine.
And Vegas knows about the fucking
Asinine,
Spider-Man.
Asa 10, Asa 11, Asa 12. That's what kind of freaking line that is. Pittsburgh for everything on Monday night.
Pittsburgh.
Sell your cat.
Pittsburgh or die.
Pawn your cat. Then go put a bet on the Steelers. Then buy back your cat.
The terrible towels will be flying.
100%. And Pittsburgh wins this game, and they still have a chance in Week 18 to get in there.
They won't, but
They won't, but they'll have that little like tingly hope.
they'll be above 500.
Pick 3.
Pick 3.
Nolan went 0-3 last
Whoa.
week.
That was fast.
I know. Quick transitions. Antonio, you went 1-2. I went 2-1.
Yeah.
Overall, Nolan and me both had a winning week. 9-7 for Nolan, 11-5 for your boy. I realized I couldn't do math right before the podcast started, so the records overall for the year might be a little off, but we're gonna go with what we have. Nolan is 102, 104, and 2 pushes, almost back to 500.
Almost
for the year.
there.
I am 110, 99, and 2 pushes, still chugging along over 500. Antonio is 94, 90, and 2 pushes. Pick 3, I am 21 and 21. Nolan is 21, 20 and 1. Antonio is 20, 21 and 1. We are all neck and neck heading down into the last 2 weeks. What is the prize? Do we have a prize? Do we have something?
Bragging rights?
Yeah, but like
We need to get like a crown made up or something.
we need something.
Or like a trophy.
A title belt.
Yes.
That's what we need.
I'll buy one of you guys food or something.
No,
Chick-fil-A.
no, that's not as fun as a title belt.
No, we could do title.
Chick-fil-A sounds really good.
Can you
right now.
make like a
No,
custom title belt?
a Chick-fil-A title belt?
Oh, I'm
No.
sure. No, what was I gonna say? I feel like we've talked about what happens, like what the reward or like punishment should be if.
I don't
We've
think we
done
ever
that-
came to a conclusion, though.
We've done that for certain games, but we haven't done that for.
Maybe you have. Maybe I'm getting that mixed up.
Because remember, what was the game that you guys had to switch seats for? It was like the Bucks game.
It was the Bucks game against the Rams, and the Rams kicked their ass.
Yeah,
And I said the Bucks are gonna win.
that was like early in the year too.
It's a
I
long
feel
time
like
ago.
I feel like I think a lot better over there. Not even shitting you. Last week I felt very like the gears
So
were
what about
turning.
this- you're not happy about this week? Or?
I don't know. This week could go either way. The games I love, but the games I don't know
Wait,
about.
you loved the games last week.
I
All
love
I know
the
is
board.
I do way better when Antonio's sitting over there.
Mm.
So we're at an
We're at a
impasse.
stalemate.
Huh?
Who wants
right.
to go first? Anyone want to offer to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Number one, I'm gonna get it out of the way.
Arizona.
Arizona plus 5.5. They're winning.
Plus
Number
5. I'm sorry. I have to be a dick.
Okay,
It's
plus 5. Got it. Indy minus 7.5.
6.5.
6.5.
Sorry to be a dick on, but that
No
one,
problem.
That one worked in your favor.
No problem. Last one. I can't believe I'm doing this. Green Bay minus 6.5.
Bring it here.
Or whatever you have it at.
Bring it here. Everyone got that? Everyone got that this week? You have that. I don't-
That's my pick 3. Yeah.
All right, so
Green
that's
Bay.
go ahead. Take the floor. Green Bay
I got Green Bay
minus 6.5.
I got the Jets getting their absolute asses beat.
So
Doors kicked in.
So Tampa Bay minus 13.5.
go ahead, keep going.
What the fuck?
So I'll say this while you're looking for your third
The
game.
Titans. That's right. I like the Titans.
It's a good pick. While we're all fist bumping each other, my app clicked and over 46 Tampa Bay Jets. So that's a lock this week.
Oh.
Yeah,
There goes that tinfoil
because
hat
it's
again.
gonna be 41-10.
That's also true. Tom Brady over touchdown passes, whatever it is this week.
That's probably a million.
Hammer. 1,000,001 this week.
So what's the Titans spread? Just so we have.
3.5.
right?
Okay, so 3.5 for the Titans.
All right. Numero uno, Pittsburgh plus 3.5 at home. That's my favorite game this week. Pittsburgh wins.
Spider-Man game.
Spider-Man game. Baker looks like shit. Pittsburgh. Number 2, you both have Green Bay.
Yep.
Not taking it.
He's not making it a 3-for.
I can't make it a 3. Well, are we 2-0 on 3-fers?
Pick 3-for.
I think we're
Well, we had a pick 3-3 for
twice
2 weeks ago, right?
Yes. What was it though? What
Buffalo?
Oh yeah, I done 2. It was Buffalo. Who did they play?
Someone shitty, probably.
It was. Oh God. Oh no, we lost it. It was against Tampa Bay.
Yo, yeah.
So
we got robbed in overtime.
So we gotta have a winning record on 3-fers. So I'll take the Packers. Fuck
right.
it. Yes. Packers -6.5. Let's hop on the bandwagon. Go Pack, go. Finally, last but not least, still don't know, but I'm gonna take Washington. I like that game from the start. Washington +4. I think they won it.
Pittsburgh, Green Bay, Washington.
Pittsburgh, Green Bay, Washington.
Are we getting cheese hats if they make the Super Bowl, Sal?
Maybe that should be the. What did we say we were gonna do? Oh, write each other an apology.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
But like, I write your apology or you write my apology, and we have to read it on the podcast.
And we'll have to wear a cheese head.
You have to wear a cheese head. I have to wear like a Joker hat or like I'm an idiot hat.
A dunce cap.
A dunce cap. There you go.
All right.
So like, here's my question to you. Are you betting the Packers as they go, or like how are you? Because do you really think the Packers?
I don't know. I love betting playoff football. I tend to win money when I bet playoff football.
Ooh, wow, you're cool.
None. I haven't.
That's so unwarranted.
I haven't done like any like long term like championship bets or anything like that. I don't know. It's part of me is probably because I'm just like, I'm not going to see that money for a while.
Fair.
I mean, what's the Packers to win the Super Bowl right now? Probably
plus 450.
Yeah.
Your boy got them at plus 1200.
Wow.
Wow is
right. Because last year I rode the Bucks to this. I rode the Bucks to the Super Bowl.
Well, the thing was, the Bucks in every game were either a dog or like. Well, the Washington game doesn't count, but yeah, every game they were a dog. They were a dog in New Orleans, they were a dog in Green Bay, and they were a dog in the Super Bowl. So it was easy to be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna bet them every week because you're getting plus money.
And Green Bay's not gonna be a dog
Correct.
in every game.
That's the thing with Green Bay. You're gonna be You're gonna be laying 7 points basically every week with Green Bay, probably. Well, the first week, and then the second week, it's probably gonna be like 4 or 5. So, my thing is, you could like bet their money line and then bet their money line again if you really think it, but it's gonna be like -300. So what's the point of that? So
there's nothing to make.
I don't really know the best way to attack it. If I'm perfectly honest with you, I would say just
my way to do it is alternate spreads.
Oh, alternate spreads are great.
I usually like if it's 7.5 and I think they're going to win by a lot, I'll go to like -9 or something.
Can I tell you a Sal gambling story?
Here we go.
You're going to love.
Love a Sal gambling story.
I took an alternate Jazz. So I had a Christmas Day parlay. I took an alternate Jazz spread of 4.5. And they were up 10 with a minute left.
Mm-hmm.
And Dallas cuts it to 6 with like 10 seconds left. The Jazz ended up losing the ball. It goes back to the Mavericks. Some guy on the Mavericks shoots a 3, like tries to shoot a 3. The ball goes straight up in the air over the defender. He then catches the ball after throwing it, which is a travel. He threw the ball in the air and caught it himself, which is a travel. He then caught it and put it in the basket. All of the Jazz players are going like this. They don't call anything. They don't call a travel. They don't call anything. They don't call anything. Timeout Utah, right? There's 7 seconds left. They throw the ball into Donovan Mitchell up 4 points, and I have Jazz -4.5 up 4 points. And Donovan Mitchell literally acts like this kid. The person behind him is like a kid, like a 5-year-old,
just running in circles.
Runs around in a circle, and they don't foul, and the game ends with a 4-point Jazz victory. And I was like, "Are you shitting me right now?" It was
like, why would they not call the travel?
They didn't call it. I'll pull up the video after.
That's they're the worst sports league I've
NBA is
seen.
the worst sports league, bro. I could not believe it. I was sitting there in disbelief, bro.
I'd be like, I'd just be sitting there with my mouth open.
And I was the only person in the world that play mattered to. I swear to God.
Listen, out of all these leagues, the league that has the least amount of dumb shit in it is the NHL. The NBA by far has the most dumb shit. Like on the gamely basis, the most dumb shit ever.
For sure. Just thought that would be a little entertaining to everybody.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's the classic Sal.
That is a classic. That is a classic right there. it was not the only loser in my bet, so I feel
You felt a little bit better.
I
It was
felt
a parlay,
yes.
obviously.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But I felt a lot better about it. That it was not the
Sal
only thing
doing
to lose.
straight bets.
It depends. It really does, because I need to be.
I don't like doing straight bets.
Straight bets suck, but
No,
I like to.
Unless it's like a dog and you really are confident.
I only like to
Like
make,
I did a straight money line for the Rams when they played the Cardinals. I mean, but that's as much of a straight bet.
I only like to make straight bets if it's something that I'm putting like multiple units on. Like I don't bet like $10 on whatever spread. I'd rather bet a $10 parlay. But if I'm betting $100 on one spread, that's what I do. Like if I'm really confident about a game, I'll put a lot of money on just that game because I feel that confidently about it.
That's smart.
And I don't want to ruin my parlay if I put the team I'm confident with some dog shit game.
I understand.
So
The Hail Mary $10 parlay to pay out $880.
Pay off the house.
pay a house off of it. Down payment.
So I saw some guy bet $1. I saw this on Twitter, and he asked his daughter over under on a bunch of player props, and she hit all of them.
That's ridiculous.
And he won $5,000.
That's fake.
He bet $1, and the parlay was plus 50,000. And he hit everything. He hit every leg. It was
That's
like
ridiculous,
overs,
dude.
unders,
That's
touchdown
so
scores.
sick.
Like it was retarded.
All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
I don't have anything.
We good to
else.
go?
Let's go football.
Football.
Let's go Packers.
Go Pack, go.
Pack, go.